sleep dead bears. I hope you're doing well. You're already feeling the triggers, I'm guessing. I hope you do like these paper crinkling noises, do you? I'm pretty sure. Because you're in it for a long video. To make it a bit more spicier, I'm not gonna just make some triggers with paper and my glass of water, but I'm also gonna put you into this dream. It's kind of like a sleep story, but you will be experiencing this whole dream in your perspective. So you ready? Hop in your beds. And now I'm gonna take you into the dream. Ooh. So you're now dreaming. So you imagine yourself being some sort of character in a video game. But you're not playing the video game like you're in front of the screen, but you are actually the character. You are actually controlling the character. So, and here you are, literally taking over the body of that character. And here you have this quest or goal. You have to kind of avoid a team of gunmen who's after you. There's like a squad of gunmen or SWAT kind of like team, because they see you as the bad guy. You're now inside this dream where you're now in the situation where you're kind of playing a quest where you have to hide inside this big building. And you'll have to wait and survive a good 30 minutes before the so-called gunman leaves and gives up. So, simply put, they got half an hour to find you. And so it's like you are playing hide and go seek, but you're playing as an adult. And there's a big catch. If you fail, you will die, and you'll have to basically restart the level again. It's kind of like a video game. If you die, you fail, you start over. So now you find yourself right outside the building, the big building, and this quest has started. So, you don't remember the entire layout, but you could remember parts of the floors. So the The building has a lot of floors. There's the main lounge. There's another floor that has a couple of offices. And then there's another floor that acts as a clothing shop, also spanning the entire floor. And a couple more floors where it's just hotel rooms. That's a typical building you would see, but this one is freaking weird. Above those floors, where it's just the office and the clothing shop, the highest floors, like the top floors, contain nothing but destroyed furniture or ripped clothes or some towel that's been abandoned there. It's like how you've been time traveling to another floor that no one lives, or like abandoned items that have been thrown out. And the top floor is a big roof, and for some reason everybody, including guests and shoppers and tenants, everybody has access to it. So it's not like personnel only or top secret. You could just walk out and see the city. So you're not there to kind of admire the city. You're kind of there to hide. So that's about it for this building. So now you have to hide somewhere and find a good hiding spot. The clock has already started, and now the armed men are coming after you. So, as you are inside the building and go inside, you plan to hide inside one of the floors, the hotel room floors, and that's your plan. Because there's many hiding spots in the hotel room, and that's what gave you the idea. And now the game has started. So now you're like around the 4th or 5th floor, where the middle floor has those identical hotel rooms. And now you find yourself on one of those floors. So now your plan is to choose. And you do not remember what room number you decide to choose. But again, everybody has access to water, whatever it is, as if none of the rooms are private. So imagine in this building, you own room 301, and you could even access room 302 or 303 or any other room. This clearly is not a proper hotel. Everybody has access to it. So, to put things into another perspective, Mike, if you go into this room, someone else, some random stranger, can easily walk in the door and say hi to you. So you then hide through this one particular room at the end of the hallway. Again, you don't remember the number. And you hide inside the bathroom behind the bathtub curtain. So you are at the bathtub, and you're waiting, and you're waiting, and you're waiting. Alright, so while you wait, there's going to be a short break of just tingles. You imagine being at the bathtub. It's kind of wet, and it's going to be just tingles while you wait. So here we go. So suddenly, you hear a lot of footsteps outside the hotel room that you are hiding. And at first, you kind of hope that they're just walking around the floor itself, and you just hope that they don't come inside and that they simply walk past your hotel room. Or like, since your hotel room is at the end, the one you're hiding is at the end of the hallway, they hopefully turn back. And this room just seems to be so quiet, the bathroom. This happens for a good minute or so, and you thought that they were going to leave. And you hear nothing. You feel a moment of relief, and you kind of let out a nice sigh, or phew, some relief that you're going to win, and you're going to survive this level. But Then, oh no, you hear something, the worst sound that you do not want to hear. Tuk 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 tuk. You hear knocking sounds. Somebody is knocking at the hotel. At first the knocks were quiet, but then the knocks turned much more aggressive. Tuk 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 tuk. And now your heart it's starting to beat. And you try not to respond to anything. Just pretend that it is such a quiet room and nobody is there. But the front door of that hotel room opens and a lot of footsteps follow and come into your hotel room. And more people come in, and you hear a lot of armor sounds and clanking noise. Probably that's guns. And you realize those are the armed gunmen. And now, maybe they're just searching the rooms. You just hope that they don't reach the bathroom. It is so surprising that you have not heard any other knocks towards other rooms. Like you swear you don't remember hearing any knocking sounds at the adjacent rooms and even your neighbors. You just hear loud ones specifically at your hotel room. And now you just cross your fingers that they don't come into the hotel bathroom that you're hiding. But they did. They opened the bathroom door. They swing it open and your heart starts to beat. And you see a lot of shadows behind a curtain from your point of view. And you then try and duck so that they don't see your shadow. But then it failed. You hear a swing. The worst thing has happened. They pulled the curtain. And now you find yourself looking up. And right in front of you is the barrel pointing at your eye. Pointing at your eye is the barrel of a gun. You thought, okay, that's it. I'm dead in your mind. And then the next thing you hear is a click and a boom. Shotgun. And right as you hear the boom, you are being teleported back right outside the building, well alive. You thought it was all over. You thought you were going to die and that everything would blank out, but you just got teleported back out the building, right outside. And now, the thing that you experience is that you have died in the video game, and the game has restarted, and now you're back alive. You have restarted the level, and you gotta do it over again. You're back outside the building. And now the time has reset. And again, the gunmen are back outside, going after you. Now it's time to hide again. And try and actually survive this time. Now, as the timer starts, you go and try to make a better game plan. Create a better game plan and try to hide another spot. A better spot. And so you walk into the building and you try to go past the floors and maybe try to hide into the clothing shop that spans the entire floor. But it is busy and lots of people shopping, and there are no good aisles to hide. Because if you decide to hide inside one of the aisles and in between merchandise, people will kind of snitch at you. And so you decide to skip the clothing shop, and so you go to the top floors with the hotel rooms, and you think to yourself, nah, I ain't hiding there again. And so you left those floors, and now you find yourself at one of the top floors that seemed abandoned. Maybe there is a good hiding spot there, and you try to plan ahead. There's a lot of boxes laying around, and you could hide behind one of them, and you think. So you go past these floors, past the hotel rooms, and now you're trying to hide in one of those upper floors. Each floor you pass, there's boxes and dirt. There is one floor where it's just a big staircase that leads to the next. And the staircase kind of spans 2 floors, which is super strange. So you go up there, and at one point, you find this big box on top of the stair. And the big box has a hollow area, and you could crawl inside. And now it's propped at the corner. Maybe that's a good place to hide, and you decide to hide there. So, as you hide, you kind of wait a couple of minutes, and as you wait, here are a good tingle break. Another good tingle break, I mean. I kind of mess up my wording there, but I mean to say, you're getting a 5-minute tingle break. So you keep waiting and waiting, and you start to feel super hot inside the box. You just hope that the gunmen do not come and find you. You're super high at one of the floors, at the top floors in this big building. So you think to yourself, okay, I'm good. It's kind of like halfway through the half hour, so the longer the time goes, the longer the time passes, you just hope you survive. So a few minutes pass by and nothing seems to happen. You just hear sounds from the other floors below you, like faint noises from, you guess, the tenants living at the hotel rooms. And just those noises. But you just hear those noises, just some typical building noises, like you would expect to hear faint noises at an apartment. But as you hear those faint noises, you start to hear a different noise. You start to hear rumbling sounds, different from the usual sounds. All of a sudden, you hear a lot of footsteps coming from below you, like 2 floors down, and you hear a lot of rustling. It's like as if someone or a group of people are like coming up the floors really fast. Something like that. Like a group of people trying to go upstairs. And now the sounds are getting louder and louder and louder. And as the sounds get louder, you can kind of make out the noises. And now you just realize that there are footsteps. And now they're getting louder and louder and louder. And now you could hear the echoes. And now they happened to be at the base of the big staircase. They were getting so loud that you could feel the top of the staircase vibrate, and even the box. And now they are coming right at you, like closer and closer to you. They can't know that you are inside the box that's propped at the top of the stairs. Like they literally cannot see you. They could just see a box. But they are coming up the stairs. Maybe you just hope that they think that you're at the roof. That's what you're hoping for. You just hope that they think that you are at the roof. And they will just walk past you outside the box, like outside the building, and not find you because you're well hidden. The box is just there, and they're running up, rushing to the top of the stairs. And your heart starts to pound. Your heart starts to beat really fast. And as they reach the top of the stairs, they are now inches from you. Like they could just look down at the box that you are in and you're just inside. You just hope that they're just gonna walk past, but they do stop, unfortunately. And then the next thing that happens is they touch the box like this and they yank it off like that. And now they see you. They just whip off the box. They yank it out like as if they require no effort. And they just revealed you. They found you. It's as if they know that you're inside the box. And again, you have failed. And you just don't know what else happens. All you do remember is that they open the box and they see you. You don't even remember the gun. And that's kind of the dream, because shortly after you wake up because you don't know what the hell has happened after they pull the box. So that's gonna wrap up this video. By now, you should be fast asleep. And if that made you sleep, that means you've successfully completed the tingle session. And yeah, so I hope you do enjoy this dream imagination video. Hopefully this gives you the tingles. Please give this video a like if this helped you sleep. So my goal is to create ASMR formatted videos to help you sleep, ease off your sleep debt, and pay the rest of your balance of your sleep credit card. And that's my goal for this channel. So if you don't want to miss any of my future videos, consider subbing to my channel if you don't want to miss any of my future content. So I'm gonna go now, and anyways, I'll see you next time.